Hi YouTube. Quick update on the Lagom 01. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of tests lately, both with espresso, pour over. As you see, I've switched the portafilter holder that I started using. I changed it for the dosing cup, and I think it's a nicer workflow. The other one I had to go and put the funnel on the portafilter, which was nice, of course, but it was another step, and then I had to take this, make sure the grounds were all inside, to use the moon raker in my case, or just a normal WDT. It just feels nicer to use the dosing cup. It's just really, really nice that you can swap between them and you can choose whatever suits you. One thing I did find a few times with probably an issue I already spoke with the guys at Option O, is the fact that sometimes the ring to make it coarser or finer, the grind, uh, kind of sticks a bit. So it's definitely not as smooth as the key one. It's very difficult to see in video, but this feels so much nicer to move, while the 01 just feels a bit jerkier, especially when, I don't know, when you start in the day and you're going to switch from one grind setting to another one. That sometimes becomes an issue. Option O said to use a special loop. I already got it from Amazon, so it should be here by next week. Another issue I had a few times is that when I was moving this, I don't know if it will happen right now, but when I was moving the grind settings, I would actually, the inner lock ring would move. So that happens quite often when you get to 0 point, which is not something you'll do often, but you'll get to 0 point, and then if I move, well, it didn't happen now, but it did happen a few times, which means that basically when I start moving this, is the actual ring that moves. So let me show you. So when changing the grind settings, this would move, this would open, and right now I think it's quite tight because I made sure it was extra tight, but once you lock it in place, it gets to a point that it doesn't move anymore. So I don't know how tighter you could actually go. Right now it feels very, very tight. But I had that happen a few times, so just something to keep in mind. Apart from that, I've done most style shots. It's a really, really high clarity, but the body is not lost. So that's an amazing thing. Someone on the comments on my previous video asked me about Slayer shots. It worked great, so no issue whatsoever there. However, one thing that it's not only on this grinder, but in most high-end grinders, high clarity grinders, is the fact that any issue with your beans or with a preparation or with a roast is going to show up. So that's something to keep in mind. Here, even with a decent, very small changes in the settings, gave me very different results. So I think it's a very good grinder to test out things and new recipes. I think it's a better grinder, all in all, compared than the key. This I needed to go with like 5 kilograms of beans to break it in before it actually started tasting good. While this, basically from the very first few shots, was already a very tasty grinder. And also I didn't have good results with a key with with a high extraction basket like this one. But with a 01, I had great results. So I can't really pinpoint exactly what the difference is, but the consistency just seems greater on the 01, and the taste wise was just way better than I got on the key. That might be user error, so I have to I'm quite sure a lot of people are super happy with their high extraction baskets and the key, but I just couldn't get there, you know. I'm still using a VST basket here. So I think this is a 20 gram VST, sorry, it's an IMS basket. And yeah, it should be the 20-gram one. I'm still using this because I don't want to change so many variables while I'm doing the test. But I have to say that I got good results with a pesado basket too. You know, so just something to keep in mind. Retention is super low. This is really nice to operate. You know, feels so nice. One thing I did notice that as you can see here, it spins. So you have to make sure that it's like fully locked in. Maybe I haven't fully taken it out yet, but maybe a drop of you know, thread lock in there might sort it out from it coming out. You know, the dosing cup is not as nice as the one from the key. This just feels nicer when you are actually when you put it in the portafilter. Once you take it out and then you spin, it just feels way nicer than this, you know. Still is fully serviceable, you know, but I have to admit that the Weber one feels nicer. Although again, this is fully serviceable. I don't have any issue with it. I do use RDT for the 01, as I do with a key. Um, in the sense of in the case of the 01, I don't think it's fully necessary, but I still get specially and unbelievably with coarser ground. I got a lot of like flying stuff here, but with a bit of RDT, I don't get that. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, if you want me to do any kind of particular test, just let me know in the comments and I will try to get that done through the week, okay? Thank you.